I've been dreading doing this video, but I might as well. So, the Nostalgia Critic about a month ago, or 4 weeks, or whatever, uploaded a video on Jurassic World, gave it a review, and I saw the film around that time. And in clicking reviews or whatever, I often go to see what someone else thought of it, someone else's opinion. And the video was so bad, it may be one of the few YouTube videos ever released that I didn't make it all the way through. That was original content. It wasn't somebody uploading a film or a movie. Ironically, it was a movie review that was horrible to watch. I mean, first of all, he starts off talking about the CGI for the dinosaurs not being good, which there's been better CGI, whatever, but 7 whole minutes. 7 whole minutes, just they could have done this, they could have done this, they could have used this software to do it. Who cares? Okay, yes, we have visual expectations when we watch a film, but is it really worth spending a third of the whole review on? Especially when the rest of the review consists of skits and performances and reenactments from the movie. And I guess this probably goes into the whole problem of reviewing films that just came out, where you can't really show that much of it, or even show any of it at all. But I didn't need to see what 3 or 4 other people he's affiliated with can do to impersonate characters from within the film. It just came off as cheesy. And this is coming from a person who saw the movie and said, "Oh, I remember that scene, I remember that scene." Not impressed. Because, the actors, the problem with their acting was that they were overacting. I spent the entire time just shaking my head and I couldn't laugh at any of it. It's not funny. And it certainly doesn't get funny when I look at the YouTube time limit, time bar, crunch thing, whatever. And it's over here saying, you have another 7 minutes, another 8 minutes, another 10 minutes. It almost felt as though it was going backwards. I was never going to stop watching that video. I feel like I'm still watching it. 21 minutes of a guy talking about a film and just going out of his way to make it sound like it was really, really bad when it really, really wasn't. The worst part of all of it actually was that, or actually the funniest part, I take that back, was when I go to, because I didn't watch the whole thing. I couldn't. It's not humanly possible to watch a whole Nostalgia Critic video now. They're all just, I mean, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, and really one doesn't impress me, so why would the other ones impress me, except for the old ones. But I go over to this guy's, skipping around the video, and there's a whole scene where he's just laying on the floor or something, and I click it, and then it says, an error has occurred, please try again later. I said, no thanks, this is my first and last viewing of this review. Actually, it was my second, but first attempt at actually just going past. I couldn't make it past the CGI part at the start because that was just annoying. Having a guy complain about some computer designs, not even just complain about them, but go into detail about how they could have been edited it, fixed and messed around with. You can do that in 2 minutes. You don't need to do that in 7 minutes. This review could go on, my rants, my criticisms of him can go on for 7 minutes, but it's not going to. The only other thing I can say is that this review perfectly just encapsulates every single problem I've had with his reviews for the last maybe 4 or 5 years. It's just going downhill. I think they're really awful. And it's sad because there's a lot of production value to having the skits and all the other little interactions, but they get too distracting because they drag on for too long. I don't need 21 minutes of somebody telling me why something sucks. If you needed 21 minutes of someone telling you why something sucks, this video would be 21 minutes telling you why the Nostalgia Critic sucks. But it's not. So yeah, that was my little complaint about that video and all of his videos. I don't get it. I don't get why anybody finds him. I see why people found him funny, the older ones, but ever since he started making a living off of that was the end of Nostalgia Critic.